Alright guys, so today's question is efficient road network. This is a question on the CodeSignal. I think their questions are pretty high quality, so I would suggest you to check that out. Anyway, so this question is asking, I'm not going to read this whole problem, but this question is asking us to find out if it is possible to travel from any city to another city by traversing at most 2 roads. And what does this basically means? When we are checking, for example, from city 4 to, let's say, city 3, we gotta traverse 2 city, right? And this is same for all other cases. For city 2, we need to just traverse 2 cities. For city 5, we need to traverse 2 cities from city 4. And if we check this one from city 1, is it from city 1 to 5, just 2 roads, city 1 to 3, 2 roads, city 1 to 0, 2 roads. So this is this case is satisfying the conditions. But if we check this case, from city 4 to city 3, we gotta traverse 3 roads, this one, and this one. So this is not satisfying, and so this is asking us to find out is it possible or not. And basically, let me right away show you how I solve this question. I'll be explaining on this example. This is the false, and from, let's say, city 0, I have to create adjacency. Whenever we are solving a graph problem, first keep in mind that to create this adjacency. So from city 0, I can go city 5 and 4, and from city 1 I would go to city 2 and city 4. Yes, and then it's gonna be this, and then city 2 I would go to city 1 and 5, city 3 I would go to city 2 only, city 4 I would go to city 1 and 0, and then city 5 I would go to city 2 and 0. Alright, so this is our list, and what we need to do is basically this. So from each city we need to traverse all other cities, right? And let's say I'm at the cities 4, and then I want to go to city 3. I'll check, is it like, when I check the city 3, it's not in my direct connection. So if it is not in my direct connections, and if the problem is asking us to find the most 2 roads, right, traversing at most 2 roads, which means that it has to be this. I need to access the city 3 from my neighbors, which means that when I check to my neighbors, which means that city 1 first, I will check, and then I will check, and I'll say, okay, city 1, from city 1 to city 3, it's not possible to traverse. And I'll say, okay, I have one more city, let me check, is it possible city 0 to city 3? I would say no, so which means that this is the condition that I need to return false. So this is the basic idea. And like I said, also there's a 2 edge cases though. First we need to handle, so if the n is equal to 1, we just need to return true, right? And if the n is not equal to 1, if it's n is equal to 2, but if there is no road, if the length of the road is equal to 0, then I gotta return false, because if there's a 2 city, if there is no road, so I cannot traverse even. But this is asking us to traverse, so this is why we are gonna return false. And then we need to have adjacency list, get adjacency list. I will get this adjacency list from this roads, and then def get a adjacency list. I will get my roads, and at this time, what I gotta say, let's say I have an object for item in, let's say roads, and the index 0 is gonna represent the start point, roads of 0, and then n is gonna be equal to roads of 1, and then if start in this object, I'll say the object of start dot append here this end, else I'll say object of start is going to be equal to end, and also so I gotta also handle the if the end in this object. I'll say the object of end is equal to append start, else object of end is going to be equal to start. From here return this object, and let's see what we're gonna get from here. Print this adjacency list. Yeah, let's see this custom case. Alright, so we have something over here. If starting not in the alright, so what? Unable to unhashable list. If the start, okay, so if the start in this one now, if the object of start is gonna be equal to end, there's nothing wrong with this, I think. If start in this object, so this is, I'm getting rows. I think this is not right. This is true, but this is giving us an error. But let's see. Let me try just only this case. No. Line 29. 29. I have if this start in the object, right? Rows of 0. Oh. Item, we gotta say item. Alright, so let's see again. Alright, let's run this test case. Alright, so this is nice. We are getting our adjacency list. Next thing that we want to do is apply the logic. So for key in, or let's just say key in this adjacency list. Alright, so we are getting this, and then our connection, direct connection, let's say, direct connections is going to be equal to adjacency list of this key, right? And then for so we have this list, and then for I in range of n, if this I in our direct connections, then I will just continue. Else is in, let's say I have like flag is in neighbor. No, it's gonna be equal to false. If I find this node in one of my connection, that's just fine. So it means that for let's say cd in our direct connections, if this I in my, let's say, adjacency list of the city, in this case I will say is in neighbor is gonna be equal to true, and then I will just break this loop. That's it. But if I don't find anything, which means that if not is in neighbors at the end of this loop, I just need to return from here false, because I checked all my neighbors and then they also don't have this value. I just need to return false. And from this case, I just if I don't return anything from this case, which means that I am fine, I can go from any CD to another CD, those two rows, and let's see. There you go, and let's submit it. Alright guys, so this is the solution. I hope it was helpful. It's a really nice question. So thanks for watching. Peace.